We Predacons forbid you to watch this video if you are under the age of 13. That means you must click the box and exit the video. Yes. But if you continue to watch, it shall avail you not. No. For now the power gauntlet has been cast. Predacons, terrorize! Hey everyone, welcome back to Input. And in this review, we're taking a look at EarthRise, Optimus Prime. Let's dig down into it. Hey Prime, glad you can make it, man. Really glad to have you. The pleasure is all mine. I'm really excited to be here. Now, what do I do? Well, to be honest, Prime, you just stand there and you let me talk about you for the next 15 minutes or so, and talk about your good qualities and your bad qualities. Sounds like a plan to me. Let's get this show started. Alright guys, with Prime's permission, let's get the show on the road. So, as you can see, we got EarthRise Optimus Prime right here. Now, the only difference between mine and the retail version that you will end up buying is that I painted the eyes on mine, I painted yellow. So, as you see right there. And that's the only difference. That's the only thing that I did, was that I painted his eyes yellow. So, not really that big of a difference. Not really that, you know, like I said, not really that big of a difference. So, yours just be a light shade of blue. Now, the reason why I did that is because I wanted a more comic book and more toy accurate look for Optimus Prime here. And I didn't want to paint inside the faceplate silver like he's supposed to have for the cartoon. So, but right off the bat, this guy is loaded with a bunch of cool stuff. This guy has a lot of different homages to a lot of different versions of himself, obviously. So, like I said, with the silver mask not going all the way up with the blue eyes, he was a mixture of comic and cartoon representation of the character. So, like I said, I went in and painted the eyes yellow to match the more of the comic book look, more G1 toy look. Now, he does have a very Studio Ox heavy inspiration with the wheels on the back. I absolutely love this look. I love Studio Ox. I'm a huge fan of Studio Ox and what they do and what they have done in the past. And they just always blow it out of the water with the design. So yeah, this is a Studio Ox reference. And I absolutely love it. Now, if you don't like this, it's real simple. Like I said, this guy's loaded with features. If you don't like the Studio Ox style of Optimus Prime, you can simply unclip these wheels like so. And now you have a more traditional Optimus Prime look. And I say traditional Optimus Prime look. The Studio Ox design at this point is still is extremely old now as well. So there is, like I said, if you're just showing them off in robot mode, you can easily unclip it. And what it does, it clips right here. It clips around the metal bar right here on the back. So that's an option. And what it does too, it also gives you a wider range of waist articulation as well. Now the wheels do hinder that waist articulation just a bit, but I don't mind it because honestly, you do get... Oh, he kicked the camera. Prime, I'm putting them back on, buddy. Don't get mad at me. So you can put them back on, and I'll show you what the waist articulation is. See, now that's not nowhere near as much as you would get without them, but that's pretty realistic to me. So I feel like you wouldn't really want or need much more than that. So, but it's an option, and the option is there for you as well. So I think that's super cool. And options are something that are really good. Now, another thing, he comes with his classic Prime ion cannon, and this does fold up, and this folds up, and you can put it here on his back for some kind of weapon storage if you want to. Although, it doesn't gives him a little bit of a backpack, but it does, I don't know, it sits there, and I'm okay with that. I think it's cool that you have some weapon storage back there. So, and you can unfold it, and his hand is a 5mm plug, although it might not look like it because the hands open and close. See? Open and close, which I think is super cool. And then you just put it in and you close it up around him, and Prime's got his shooty shooty bang bang. So he can go mess up some Decepticons like Ramjet and everything else. So that's pretty cool. That's the only weapon he does come with. And speaking of the hands, I want to talk about the paint on this guy real quick. This metallic blue paint is a beautiful paint. It really is. Now on camera you can definitely tell that this is a different shade of blue than what's on the legs here. Now there is an issue that I do have with the figure. I really wouldn't call it an issue, more of a curiosity as of what Hasbro is possibly thinking. But the head is two pieces, and you can see it. I'm going to try and block out some of the light. You can kind of see the color difference on the head. Try and focus. Yeah, you can see the color difference of the head. So the back piece here is red plastic, and it's painted that metallic blue. And while the front of the head is just is the standard blue plastic that's found on the legs. And the hands are a gray plastic painted in that same shade of metallic blue. So I'm not sure why they didn't paint the entire head. They just painted the hands. Or they painted the hands in the back of the head. I don't understand why they just didn't paint the entire head that's the same metallic blue. I don't understand why. And the reason why I know it is a red plastic on the back is because mine does have a chip in the paint right there on the back of the head. Right. Trying to focus on it, but it's right there on the back of the head. So it is the same red plastic here. So all of this up here and everything is on the same color tree and the same plastic tree. But that is the only paint issue, I guess. And then he also has the blue metallic right here on the crotch piece. So there's three places where the metallic paint is on. And I really think that if they painted the hands, I guess to fix the blue problem that people were having, or the gray problem, because when this figure got shown off, the hands were originally gray, and there was an outcry that his hands should be blue, and Hasbro obviously painted the hands blue. I don't understand why they didn't put the hands on the same tree as the plastic of the legs and take the paint from here and put it on the faceplate, the front part of the helmet. I don't understand that. And you can see right there, yeah, that's probably a better shot. The back part of the head is darker than the front of the head. So there is that. Which from the front, it doesn't really matter. And I mean, we kind of usually display figures with them facing, at least with their face facing forward. So yeah, so the paint looks really good here. There is some yellow paint here for the arrows. However, this part is not painted right there. Now this is EarthRise Prime, so it is a different iteration of Optimus Prime. But typically, traditionally, the section right here in the middle is painted yellow as well. So some very cool silver paint on the wheels, on these wheels as well. But what become the front of the wheels here in truck mode are painted gray, or it's just a gray plastic. I don't understand why they didn't paint that. And then some silver paint on the back of the thighs of what become the gas tanks in his truck mode. So yeah, I think honestly, all around, I think the robot mode looks super cool. So I'm going to get this guy set up, and well, I'm going to show you guys some really cool things about this figure that I really haven't seen anyone else talk about. So I really want to show you guys those. So I'll be right back. Whoa! Look at that, guys! Prime's flying with a jetpack. Whose jetpack is that? That's his. That's actually his. It's a feature of the figure. Now, I gotta show you guys this. This is super, super cool. Now, these are Jetfire's blast effects. Jetfire from Siege has 6 different blast effects, and they all combine into 2 different ones. And I took the tips of them and put them right in there. And so you could get this little flame action going on out of his jetpack. And I'll show you the jetpack, exactly what the jetpack is here in a second. But this is super cool. You guys can get a flying Optimus Prime, and the jetpack can be put on in many different ways. You can put it on this way, and then, well, basically you can put it on the upside down from the way that I had it, and then spin this part around and plug it on right back there to give him a jetpack that's even further down, which is super cool. I mean, that's super cool. It's options that you can do, right? And options are always a good thing. So he does have a 5mm port right here on the back, like I showed earlier with his gun, and that's an option. And I think the option is super, super cool. So what is this? This is the drone from his trailer that can double as a jetpack. So right there, so this is where the drone plugs in right there, and that's his battle station right there. So yeah, now I'm not quite done with Prime, so I'm gonna come back to the trailer here in a second. So I just wanted to show this is more of a Prime feature than it is anything else. So you also open up the chest plate or windshield, whatever, and you got an Autobot matrix of leadership. That's super cool. Just comes out really easily, just like that. And this is done super, super well painted. This is silver, some bronze, and I would assume this is all one piece of clear blue plastic, just because of the centerpiece being a translucent blue. So like I said, I would imagine this is all just one giant piece of translucent plastic and painted silver and bronze. So it does fit in his hand. He can pass the torch, so to speak, which is super cool. And probably the coolest thing about this Matrix is that Optimus Prime can hold it. Now, he doesn't have a forward butterfly joint, so he can't hold it out directly in front of him, but he can hold it up to light our darkest hour. And his head is articulated, and he can look up with it and stuff. But this brings me to another aspect of this figure. This is, so here's the front, and the back is a bit hollow, but it's not hollow. It's made like that on purpose. It's got a hole in it. It's a 5mm port. Now, to be able to pull this off, you do need a few different figures. You need the Cyberverse Deluxe Optimus Prime for this piece, and here are those Jetfire blast effects that I talked about earlier. Prime, light our darkest hour. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's so cool, man. I think that to me is just super, super wicked that he can just do this, man. This is such a cool Optimus Prime figure with all of the different abilities and stuff that he has, play value and everything that he has in one figure. This is super cool. Now, he does just take this piece out right here, the little blue piece, and just like his Cyberverse Deluxe counterpart, this can fit into the Matrix, and this can go into his chest, and he can have a Matrix blast effect, just like his Cyberverse Deluxe figure counterpart. This blows me away. The Matrix having a simple 5mm port behind it, on the back side of it, to have the ability, it gives the ability to do matrix blast effects, is arguably one of the coolest aspects of this figure. That is super wicked. And one more blast effect, show you guys what it looks like if it was just a smaller blast effect. And this does work in his chest as well. Now, if you want a giant blast effect, unfortunately, you can't quite get it snug, but you can do a bit of a balancing act and get the giant chest kaboom coming out of his chest, and he's articulated enough to be able to hold the doors open to give out that giant matrix blast. So, bam. How cool is that, guys? That is super, super wicked, and I absolutely love it. So, yeah. I am going... Let me put the matrix back in here real quick and shut those doors and set Prime off to the side. And let's take a look at this trailer. Now, off the bat, Prime has one more accessory in the trailer. It is a shield that does plug on right here, and it does have some blast effect ports on it. So there you go. So that is a thing. And I don't see any other blast effects on the blast effect ports. I guess right here on the shoulder, you can plug it in there as well. So yeah, this is the back side of the trailer right here. So, or what would become the back side of the trailer. I'll just plug this right back in. See, and it just slides in, and it's in there pretty well. Now this becomes Prime's classic G1 battle station. Now, it does have a 5mm peg back here. I don't know what that's for, because if you plug Prime into the trailer, I guess it's for stability, maybe, for the trailer, I guess. But as you can see, the trailer is off the ground, so he's kind of wearing it kind of like a cape, I guess. But it does give more height for the drone to kind of come down and help repair Optimus Prime. So that's cool. I think that's super, super ingenious. Super, super cool as well. So, or you can set it down like this and just kind of have Prime just kind of straddle it and kind of stand in there that way. So you can see he's on the ground now. So yeah, that's super cool too. I do like that you have options with the trailer. Now, the other option that you have with the trailer are these 5mm ports in here that can hold his gun while he is in truck mode. And that's cool. The trailer does have a stand right here, so you can stand it down or stand it up, whatever, right there, just like that. And as you can see, the drone can stay out if you want him to stay out, and he can ride in the battle over Optimus Prime's truck mode, which is super, super cool. So yeah, I am totally smitten with this trailer. I think it's really well done, extremely well done. So yeah, so we got the trailer there, which again is phenomenal. The paint on this trailer, I gotta show the paint too. I didn't show the paint. The paint is this very light shade of blue, almost a baby blue, arguably a sky blue. Autobot logo here. It is very reminiscent of MP10's trailer, MP10 Optimus Prime's trailer. Very reminiscent of that trailer as well. The wheels are painted silver. The wheels do roll. The trailer does roll perfectly fine. But without Optimus Prime, there is nothing up front. So he is just, the trailer is just kind of, you know, down in front kind of thing, I guess. And that's where the stand would come in, like I showed earlier. So yeah, the paint, not a whole lot of paint to speak of. There's a lot of detail on the interior of this thing. Tons and tons and tons of mechanical detail in here. The seats from the G1 figure are not in here anymore because it's not a Diaclone thing, and there are not humans in this line. So there's no reason to have the seats and stuff in here. The plastic on this trailer feels extremely good. I'm trying to bend it and trying to warp it right now, and it is not happening at all. So very well done trailer. And this guy, the drone can honestly be blue or gray. There's episodes where the drone is gray. There's episodes where the drone is blue. It is a continuity mistake, an error. Or error, not era. So yeah. But yeah, I'll put the gun in here and show you guys that you can close it up. No problems. The gun is in there. Plugged in just fine. So, yeah. So, I gotta say, guys, I'm completely smitten with this figure. I really do like it a lot. Absolutely. 100%. So, let's throw him into truck mode, throw that trailer onto him, and let's take a look at the truck mode.
Optimus Prime, transform!
Alright, guys, here we have his truck mode. And boy, oh boy, what a truck mode. This guy is just awesome. I mean, it looks so good. It looks really, really well done. Let me put the trailer off to the side real quick and show you guys the truck mode. This looks super, super 80s, super well done. And I also see a bit of Bumblebee movie Prime influence on the front of this cab. But yeah, this looks super good. Blue translucent for the windows there. Right there for the headlight area and stuff. Silver paint on the back of the wheels. No paint on the front wheel. Very odd decision. Not too sure. The gas tanks right here, like I said earlier, are part of the legs. However, they don't clip in. They don't clip upward or stay in place. So they're very easily maneuvered around. So that's a bit of a bummer, a bit of a downside. The underside looks really well done. I think it looks really, really good. No tail lights. There's molding for tail lights, but no tail lights. It's just painted one solid silver piece for the toe. Yeah, truck mode looks really well done. And attached to the trailer, that looks super, super good too. So, and like I said earlier, I'm going to show you guys the drone sticking up and out, because that's an option that you got. So Optimus Prime can go into battle with the drone. Pew, pew, pewing all over the place. I mean, and the drone does rotate. So Prime can be driving straight, and this dude can knock out some Decepticon seekers. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, Prime got shot? Don't worry, Prime. Let me fix you up real quick while you drive. I think this is freaking wicked. Super, super cool. No really complaints. I guess the only complaint that I would say is that there's not a hole here for this peg to fit into to fully go flush against this. But like I showed off earlier, that's for the Jetpack. So you give and you take, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but there's still enough room to have that. That looks fucking awesome, man. I absolutely love this. Absolutely love this figure. I think there's so much play value here in this figure. I absolutely love it. So yeah, guys, my final thoughts is going to be real quick on this figure. Simply put, hard, super hard recommend for me. If you guys find it, buy it, pick it up, no questions asked. Don't pay scalper prices. Wait till you guys can find it at Target like I did, or like at a toy show like I did, I should say, not at Target. But I did not pay scalper price for this guy. I actually paid $35 for this guy at a toy show, complete in box. Everything was there. The guy just, I don't know, for whatever reason, just didn't like him. So, but he found it at Target. So guys, if you can just hold off and wait, never pay scalper prices. But this is a very hard recommend. I absolutely love this Prime. So, as always, guys, I'll see you next review, next video, whatever it is that comes up. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your evening, whatever it is when you guys are watching this. And as always, be kind to each other. Stay safe out there, everyone. And cut it out. Later, guys.
Roll out.